Hey, what's going on, guys? Archer Mark here, and I'm back with another Star Wars action figure review. And I got a really neat item for you. In fact, the next few reviews of mine are going to be some really nice, interesting pieces, and they're all exclusives to a couple of different stores. So, let's get on to this one, which is the special action figure set Endor ATST Crew, or Scout Walker. It's a really nice set. Got two figures, accessories. But as usual, we'll show you the box first. It's really nice. Very nice kind of vintage style packaging. So here you have the two figures and shown in a product shown in fantasy situation. Very cool. You have the Return of the Jedi logo, special action figure set. It says here Endor ATST Crew. And down here you see this is a K-Mart exclusive. So there's the only at K-Mart sticker. We go to the front, you have the Kenner logo. And let's see, same thing as the front on the side. Now we flip it over. And again, you have basically the same image. You have the ATST driver and the ATST gunner. Vintage Collection logo on the top. Return of the Jedi again. Down here, small little bio. These two Imperial troopers find themselves in trouble when they encounter a couple of Ewoks and one giant Wookiee. That the unlucky driver is knocked unconscious by Whittle Warwick and Wonka and Chewbacca. The gunner fares no better as he is unceremoniously tossed out of the vehicle by the trio. Okay. If you want to pause the video and read that for yourself, I will hold for a moment. And it says, collect this other set, sold separately, the Ewok Scouts. There's a look at the other set, which I will be reviewing next, as I picked up this set as well. Again, you have the Kenner logo. Okay. And down this side you have your StarWars.com and Hasbro and all that good stuff. Okay. So there is the packaging. So I'm going to show you, we'll start with this guy. So, two very cool figures. Two really cool figures. They're minor details, minor differences between the two figures. So they're basically the same. But I will show you a full up and down 360. Pretty basic, plain, gray jumpsuits, black boots, gray on the straps, black gloves. Nothing too different. One thing, of course, you will notice is this strap and belt here is gray, and there's no holster. Now on the packaging, it's green, and there's a holster attached and a pouch, and so obviously the packaging was done prematurely, and the figures were not finalized yet. So it would have been nice if there was a holster, but still cool. One accessory he comes with is the standard Stormtrooper blaster. Nothing, we've seen this many times. Okay. Articulation, now it's the same on both figures, so I'll just go over it once. You have a ball-jointed neck, ball-hinge shoulders, ball-hinge elbows, swivel at the gloves, ball-jointed torso, swivel hips, ball-hinge knees, and ball-hinged ankles. So, really amazing articulation for minor characters like this. We don't get articulation like this on every character. Here is his helmet. Again, nice. Interesting that the goggles are green, which would have matched the straps if they made those green on the figure. So It's interesting. Let's see if we can place this on the figure, and there he is. There he is with the helmet on. Okay. Here's the other figure again. Like I said, basically the same figure. The sculpt is exactly the same. Articulation is the same. The couple differences. I should have left the helmet off. Sorry. Because there's one thing to show you. The head sculpts are different on these guys, which is kind of cool. You know, I don't even think we get a look at these guys' faces in the movie, but they did do 2 different head sculpts. Okay, they're slightly different. The hair is parted differently, but that's cool. They did that, show individuality instead of just making the same figure. You have that, and then now you see Imperial symbols on the one shoulder, and there's nothing here, whereas this guy has a little, I guess, like a communications device on his one forearm there. And so that and the head sculpt, those are the only 2 differences in the figures themselves. But basically they are the same as far as the sculpt and articulation. But 2 really good figures, you know, especially if you have an ATST to put them in. There is a new vintage collection ATST. I think it's just a reissue of previous ones. I don't think it's entirely new. That is also a K-Mart exclusive, which I also have, which I'll be doing a review on that as well soon. So I got the whole Endor package going on here. So yeah, 2 very nice figures, nicely sculpted, nicely articulated, and definitely worth picking up if you could find them. Again, when items are store exclusives, it makes it a little tougher. This is a K-Mart exclusive, and this was the only one left. I managed to find this one as well as the Ewoks. The Scout Walkers, there were plenty on the shelves when I went. That being a bigger, more expensive item, you know, it's not going to sell as quickly as this. This was, I believe, $14.99 if I remember. You know, 2 figures, awesome packaging, and the packaging. That's something I want to make a point. You can see, you probably can't tell, but all I did was cut the tape on the bottom flap, and this opens up, and there's a cardboard tray. You pull them out, the figures are inside, and you can very easily stick the figures back in the packaging without doing really any damage to the packaging, which I think is really, really great. And it's the same thing for the Ewok set. So I wanted to mention that it's cool. So you can really keep the packaging and keep it in nice shape, and you don't have to do really any damage to the packaging at all to get the figures out, which is very cool. I like that. It's a good design. So yeah, there it is, the Endor ATST crew. Really nice little set, awesome packaging, and yeah, I think definitely worth the money. Definitely pick it up, especially if you have an ATST. You need someone to crew it, you know. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this review. Comment, rate, subscribe as usual, and until my next review, may the force be with you.